and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Stacey and I'm a mature student studying with the Open University towards a BA Honours in Childhood and Youth Studies. Today I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I got up to this week at the student consultation event in the Milton Keynes campus, and tell you a little bit about why I think you might like getting involved. So firstly, what is a student consultation event? Essentially it's a fun day where you can meet up with your fellow students and Open University staff members and student association volunteers and staff members, and discuss and come up with ideas with those people about how to make the Open University a better place for all of us to study. Okay, so for this event, the day was split into 3 sections. So the first section was becoming Director of Student Success at the Open University, which is a made-up role for the purpose of the activity. So we were guided by facilitators, so Open University and Student Association staff, to come up with some ideas that would help make beginner Open University students more able to pass their TMAs and feel more confident in passing their TMAs as well. This is always a really daunting time as a student, as I'm sure most of you know, or you can probably guess if you're just about to do that. And apparently lots of students drop out at this time, so I can completely understand why they would want to make some changes in their systems and their way of doing things to ensure the retention rate of students and to make sure that they're not sort of making students feel that they can't do it, basically. I loved the table I was on. We all got on so well, like a house on fire, and the facilitator that we had on our table, I won't mention his name because I didn't ask permission, so I'm not sure if he'd want me to share, but he was fantastic at encouraging us and guiding us through the activities. So yeah, we had a great time, especially this. You could basically be as inventive as you liked. Section 2 was we heard from the Students Association, and we were basically, the first activity that we did with the Students Association was to vote on, or discuss first and then vote on whether or not the name should be changed to the Student Union, because they are aware that a lot of people think of the Students Association and they're not entirely sure what that might mean to them. They were just basically wondering that if they changed the name to the Students Union, do we think more people would understand it, and this, that and the other. I have to say my answer was, when I think of the Students Union, and I think this is because it was the early to mid 2000s when I went to uni, a brick uni, I think of the Student Union as somewhere to go and drink and play pool and things like that. I wouldn't necessarily think of the Students Union as somewhere to go and get help and things like that. So there were some other ideas for alternative names that came out of the group work that we did, and it was really fun and really engaging, and it was also really informative. All of these activities that we did were really informative, which I loved. And like I say, the Students Association was fab, and I was actually wondering how you guys would feel about potentially me asking one of the staff members or the volunteers to come on to my channel and just have a little chat about the Students Association and what they do and what they can help with and what their goals and aims are and things like that. So let me know in the comments down below if that would be of interest to you, because I did check and I might be able to arrange that for you guys. So it's always worth asking you first, I think, to see if you even want it. I'm going to read this out actually. I have some key dates for you, for your diaries, because I think this is really important, and if you don't, that's fine. But this is for the voting for the Student Association staff members and all the different roles that go in with that. So the dates for the debates and discussion, which you'll need to hear for each candidate to kind of present themselves, is the 10th to the 23rd of May. The voting window is the 18th of May to the 7th of June. And then there's a conference on the 15th of June, which is online. It's a Saturday. And you can only attend that if you voted, so you do need to make sure that you vote beforehand. Yeah, so they have previously had speakers like Brian Cox at the event, at the conference and things like that. So I do think it's definitely worth attending, and just, again, it's one of those things that can help you feel a bit more involved in student and university life. I will link in the description box the Student Association website. I'm just double checking I've got those dates. Yes. Yeah, so I'll link that in the description box for those who don't know how to access the Student Association website. You can go on to, if you're on your student home, if you go to community, I think it is, there's a tab, then it takes you to the student union. But I will see, I just did that, student union, student association. So I will put a link down below anyway, just in case you don't know how to access it. The last activity was actually an activity about how to create a better enrollment experience for new university students. So the enrollment team provided us with 5 sheets of paper, and they all had different sections of the enrollment procedures, and it was interesting because they had, it's not necessary, they've jiggled about how they think it should be, not how it is. And so we all kind of, we'd all had different experiences in my table of the enrollment experience, and so we all managed to put our information, put some opinions in, and make our experience, put our experience to good use. And yeah, so they wanted some feedback on the structure and the wording, and we would add some bits, subtract some bits, reword, redesign. So we just, you could literally like screw it up and start again if you wanted to. Not that we did, but that was really interesting because I'm not a process kind of person. I've never really thought about the processes of things like the enrollment process in steps. Like I said to my teammates, my table, I explained that I just kind of did it. I didn't really think too much about whether or not it was easy, whether or not it was something that I found tricky. I think I just kind of expected it to be really tricky, and then I just clicked some buttons and it was done. So I found this the most difficult task of the day, and it was after lunch as well, so I was a bit tired, but it was still fantastic. We presented all of our decisions at the end, and yeah, it was again really informative and really beneficial. So I thought it was great. So yeah, the day was absolutely brilliant. As far as I'm aware, anybody can attend. So that's the second year in a row that I've attended. They're held yearly, these student consultations. They've coincided with the Student Voices Festival these last 2 weeks. So they tried to make sure that it didn't sort of coincide with exam weeks for most people as well. They provide refreshments, they provide lunch, they provide £100 limit on travel expenses. So if you need petrol money or public transport money, you can claim that back up to £100. And they provide you with a goodie bag, which was my favourite thing about the whole day, of course. Yeah, so I love going to events like this. I think they teach me a lot about the university. It makes me feel so much more connected to the university and to the my peers and to the uni experience as a whole. On my table, I don't know what it was like at the other tables, but on my table I had, I'll just give you an example of the diversity of ages and experience and things like that. So we had, there was me, I'm level 2, studying part-time for childhood and youth studies. Then we had someone who was level 3 but year 5, so the first part of level 3 she studies part-time, and she was studying some of the health sciences, like public health type thing. Then we had somebody who hadn't even started her course yet. She starts in April, and she was about 19, I want to say. She was like brand new. And then we had somebody who had just started in February, like was about a week into her course, and she was about 24, I think she said. I might be wrong in that. 23 maybe. And worked full-time, and I believe was studying full-time as well. Then we had another person a gentleman who was, I think, so he was retired and studying criminology. Oh, the previous lady, she was studying design, and the very young lady was studying engineering. And yeah, he was just about to graduate. And then we had another gentleman who'd been studying since it was pen and paper at the Open University, on and off. And I think he was in his graduation year as well. So there was a huge diversity of experience. We had ages to chat at lunchtime, so yeah, they gave us plenty of time for lunch. It wasn't rushed at all. We had time to chat. I even had time to pop down to the library and sort out my Sconal access, which had been bothering me for a while because it had been messed up. Yeah, I got so much out of it, and I feel invigorated and ready to get stuck into my TMA, which is good because it's due soon. And I won't leave you without a quick look at the goodies. So first things first was this tote bag, which I thought was really cute actually. I think it's just leaflets I've left in there. Yeah, so you get like a OU Students Association leaflet. Then to the good stuff, you get an OU notebook, got a student consultation pen, Student Association post-its. Let me see if that will, there you go. This little guy, which, if I can do it, he has a little keyboard brush, and then all his arms and legs are highlighters, so that's adorable. Yeah, they're all different colour highlighters, and it can stand on your desk as well, which is great. And then a coaster. Last but not least, I've already put it on my Delphonics pouch because I love it. I think this is my favourite bit actually, was an OU pin. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. So yeah, I think I did all right there. And these are all just in the tote bags, handed out to everybody. I just think that was so kind. Really, I don't expect anything like that for joining in, so it's always nice to get a bit of merch, isn't it? So that's all for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell so that you're notified. I'm tired, can you tell? So you are notified when I upload. I'm still doing my 1 hour study with me's on a Sunday, 4 till 5. That may change, I don't know. At the moment it's working for me, so you can always, if the time doesn't work for you, you can always go into it and use it as a bit of company when you're studying at another time. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.